Welcome back to the channel. As you can tell, we've been shooting a lot more reviews as of late. Really enjoying doing this type of content, actually. So we decided we're gonna do a whole entire series for Fast and Furious because we have a lot to say from this series. So stay tuned.
It's gonna be a slow burn of a series, I'm telling you. Mainly because it got Fast and Furious peaks, and then it just nosedives in the later entries.
I call it, for me, it's basically the origins of Vin Diesel becoming Captain America.
No, this is the origins of Vin Diesel becoming Superman.
He can't fly yet. Well, it's questionable in the was it ninth one?
I don't know. The guy sure likes to try. But anyway, first one, The Fast and the Furious, released in 2001, directed by, I think, Rob Cohen.
I'm not sure.
You might have to double check me on that one. I believe it's Rob Cohen. When it was released, it was really successful, but basically described as a rip-off of Point Break. Stars Paul Walker, Vin Diesel. Paul Walker plays a undercover cop who has to infiltrate the Toretto family because the Toretto family are hijacking semi-trucks and stealing DVD players and TVs out of them. And basically he starts to fall in love and whatnot. He starts to love the life that they live, the, dare I say, family. That was awful. But anyway, basically it all blows up and it ends with
Rob Cohen. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, Rob Cohen. It basically ends with Brian O'Connor, Paul Walker's character, Dom Toretto, Vin Diesel's character, doing I think a quarter-mile race, and Brian O'Connor lets Vin Diesel go because he owes him a 10-second car.
Alright, so he summed up the movie basically. I have certain points that I'd like to touch back on because whenever I initially first watched this movie, like I was so young, like I didn't remember any of it really. Alright, so the early 2000s vibes that this whole entire movie gave, from the EDM techno music to the cuts with inside the engine and everything, like it just takes you back. But at the same time, even though it seems so cringy, they were so well done, especially for its time. It was so well done. But alright, early 2000s vibes was immaculate with the fucking EDM. The thing that he says at the beginning, bro, whenever they're fighting outside, Vin Diesel, she turns around and says something to Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel goes, "What did you put in the sandwich?"
No, that's what. In the beginning scene, Brian goes to, I think it's the Toretto family shop. He orders the tuna. He's been going there every week.
Yep.
Part of trying to get noticed, something like that, I guess. But then, what was it? Vin, who really likes Mia, Toretto's sister. He gets real jealous because he's that type. Then he follows Brian and starts the fight. Brian kicks his ass because, well, he's a trained cop, and Vin's just a guy wearing a weird fishnet wife beater most of the movie.
Yes.
And when Mia says, "Dom, you need to break this up," he's just looking at Brian just beating the crap out of Vin, what is it? Vin, right?
Yeah.
I got his name.
That's his name. And all throughout
he's like, "What'd you put in that sandwich?" Like,
but the beginning, it kills me. It's like Vin Diesel was Batman or something. They didn't show him. They just showed his shoulders. They just had light.
Well, I mean, everyone in this movie is like wearing a cutoff except for Paul Walker. Now that I think about it, yeah, literally everyone of the Toretto family wears cutoffs the entire movie except for Paul Walker.
And alright, and then another part, even more, like it tells you when it was made. Ja Rule was a big deal back then. He shows up in the movie, races, and like he's all throughout the movie. He's like a good bit.
He's only in the movie like that one race scene.
Yeah, but like
but his music is in it.
That's
His
what I'm
music's
saying.
in it quite a bit. Yeah.
So yeah. And then realizing that Vin Diesel had the same pants on for the first, was it 5 movies, and then he changes. He finally decides.
Yeah, that was a weird notice, but yeah.
I pay attention to this stuff, man.
I don't know. But,
also, so they're talking about DVD players and stuff, and we're watching it with my siblings and stuff, and I asked them if they know what a DVD is, or if they knew what a cassette is. They had no idea, oblivious to it. That's how old this movie is.
it really dates. Yeah, it really dates the movie.
Yep, and I'll say this too, the plot was so mid, like there was no proper plot really. Like it went from like in the beginning, like stealing whatever was going on to racing.
I mean, it's like that's how they get all their stuff. That's how like they steal all those DVD players to fund their racing, basically.
But yeah, like it's not stated throughout the. I don't know. I just felt like at the time, whenever you watch it as a kid, all you think about is like cars, racing, awesome. Like,
and when you grow up, you realize the plot's not really that good or original. Like I said, it's basically just a rip-off of Point Break. That's like something that everyone says, but it's 100% true. But this movie still means so much to me. Yeah. I mean, I can remember me and my dad would watch this movie all the time together. This one and the second one. So it's like kind of a bit of nostalgia for me. That's why I enjoy watching it so much. Because I sure as heck don't watch it because it's a good quality film.
You don't watch any of the Fast and Furious movies for that.
No.
For me, my personal favorites, because I do definitely like the first one, but the fourth one for me is my favorite, personally.
Should we even get into that yet, or should we wait to the end?
No, I mean, that's basically it for the Fast and Furious. There's not really very much going on, especially with this movie.
Yeah. So there is a post-credit scene that most people are not aware of, though. Mm-hmm. It's completely pointless, too. Just to show, it's basically there just to show off another car. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's you either love it or you hate it. Really, the Fast and the Furious, the first one is a Southern classic because it is big down south. Down here in the south.
It's not even for like, especially with that. For me, it's just a good time. Like I don't think I could watch this movie every week probably.
I could fall asleep to this movie. Like when you're trying to fall asleep late at night, but you don't want to turn the TV off, so you put something on you've seen before, and you set the timer for about 30 minutes. This is one of those movies I would probably put on.
It's a comfortable movie. Yeah. It's like your SpongeBob kind of.
What?
It's like your SpongeBob kind of.
No.
You don't fall asleep to SpongeBob sometimes?
No.
Nick at Night, bro. That was goated.
No, it was more of the George Lopez.
Fair enough. I'll give you that. But I used to wake up at 3 a.m. with the whole George Lopez thing with the, So.
You never liked that song, Lowrider?
It was good whenever I first started watching George Lopez. And then it got stuck in my head and I had to stop watching George Lopez. But that's it for the Fast and Furious, especially for the first one. It was a good time. Solid time. I will catch you guys in the next one. Like and subscribe.